Hello and welcome to the Kev Paul Show. I want to talk about an extremely important issue. I'm here in Dnipro, Ukraine myself right now, and I've been seeing a lot. I've been trying to help people, but I want to get more involved in the policies that are being developed by Ukraine and by Russia. And I want to really respond and do a response video to Vladimir Putin. And when he said recently, just a few days ago, he went physically to Kursk, gave a speech, and talked about how some Ukrainian soldiers are going to be treated as terrorists. And so my question to that is, okay, what he was saying is if they committed crimes and they caused harm, they're going to be treated as terrorists. Okay, my response to that, my reaction to that is very simple. What are the criteria that you're going to determine someone to be a terrorist? And what type of court system are you going to be using? We're talking about people's lives. When in a war type situation, you declare someone to be a terrorist, what does that mean? Does that mean they have the right to kill these prisoners? Hopefully not. But that's very provocative. And later on, within a minute or two, he started talking about making sure that all prisoners are treated in accordance with international law, which of course means you have to give them humane living conditions, decent food, decent place to sleep, decent housing, which was very different from what he first said. So hopefully we can apply pressure to President Putin and make sure these prisoners are being treated humanely. And I also want to emphasize this. I've got a little bit of a personal, emotional thing when it comes to prisoners of war. My only uncle was a prisoner of war in Korea. We never did receive him. He died in Korea. He was marched down to almost nothing and died and all that. So it was about as bad as it can get. So we know a little bit, my family, about prisoners of war. And it's really important. I really want to emphasize to the Ukrainian army and to the Russian army. I want to say it's very important that look at these prisoners as assets. And when you're in a war type situation, you can capture or kill a soldier, capture that soldier. Do not kill that soldier. That soldier is going to be an asset. Now, what is an asset? An asset means you can exchange that soldier for, okay, if you're a Russian soldier, and you decide not to kill the Ukrainian soldier, that Ukrainian soldier that you did not kill will probably be exchanged for a Russian soldier. So you're helping a Russian soldier by not killing the Ukrainian soldier and capturing him. And vice versa goes where the Ukrainian soldier decides not to kill a Russian soldier, but to capture that soldier. That Russian soldier becomes an asset. And the truth is, it's prestigious in war to have a lot of captured soldiers. It makes, at the end of the war, when the war ends, you have a lot more leverage on your side to get a lot of different things from your former enemy when the end of war is being negotiated and the diplomacy is taking place. So I want to do something a little bit interesting. I want to share Vladimir Putin talking about the captured prisoners, and I want to react to that. Okay, so let's just see here. Share screen here. So here we are with President Putin, and we'll make the screen big. Okay, let's just listen to what Putin is saying here. So I'm going to react a little bit.
В этой связи обращаем внимание, что украинские боевики совершили в зоне вторжения многочисленные преступления против гражданского населения. Эти деяния, как я уже говорил, квалифицируются Генеральной прокуратурой Российской Федерации как терроризм.
Okay, on говорит как terrorism. He says like terrorism. Okay, who determines what terrorism is? Who determines if these soldiers are innocent or guilty? These are very complex things. And another thing I'm sure, I hope that President Putin understands is when a war ends, if we want permanent peace, we need to be more forgiving than maybe we want to be. Okay, so, and I hope President Putin understands that if there's a peace agreement. Okay, so let's continue here.
Вместе с тем, мы с пониманием относимся к призыву президента Трампа руководствоваться в отношении этих военнослужащих соображениями гуманитарного характера. В этой связи подчеркну, что в случае сложения оружия и сдачи в плен им будет гарантирована жизнь и достойное обращение в соответствии с нормами международной.
So then he says almost the opposite. If the Ukrainian soldiers lay down their arms, they're going to be treated in accordance with international law, which of course means you can't shoot them, and you must treat them decently and give them decent living conditions. So he's almost saying one thing and then saying the opposite thing. So let's talk about this, and let's hope that we can make sure once again that both the Ukrainian and the Russian soldiers hope this war will end very soon. But for however long this war lasts, that both sides treat the prisoners humanely. And when you're in a situation where you can kill or take prisoner an enemy soldier, you should take that soldier as a prisoner, because that is in fact an asset. And the more prisoners you have, the more of a negotiating tool you have when the war ends, and that will hopefully be soon. When the war ends, you'll have more negotiating tools. If you have 1,000 more prisoners than the enemy, that is a lot of leverage. So let's pray for peace, and hopefully people can get this message. And I'd be curious to see what other people think about what I say, but I really don't think it's a controversial issue at all. So we'll go back to here onto my show, and everyone, I'd love to hear what other people have to say about this, but it's an extremely important topic. I can't think of any other topic that's more important in relation to the Ukraine-Russian war. Well, pray for peace. Thank you. Have a great day.